Hey, north to south, east to west, coast to coast. This is the Wells Report on the USA Radio Network. How you doing? I'm your fill-in host, James Parker. John David Wells is out. All right, so he's out today, and he'll be out in like a couple Fridays, and he's going to be out like a couple Fridays after that, and then there's going to be another Friday where he's out. And all of this is his ongoing service to the Texas State Guard. So his humble backup, and going to be filling in there. Good to be with you, though. I love doing this. This is the jam here because first off, I am a Texan by birth, and oh my goodness, my kids have been unscrewing stuff in the studio here. Yeah, I'm a Texan by birth, and really the first about 30 years of my life, but I've been stuck out here in New Orleans for a little over a decade now. And so it's good to be back on air in my home turf. I'm actually from Tyler, but I lived in Dallas for about 7 years. So anytime I can touch, at least I get to talk to someone in Dallas today. Producer Phil's in Dallas, and the whole crew over there. And I was just up there a couple weeks ago. I went to First Mondays. For those of you who are listening outside of the Dallas market, which I understand is quite a few of you, it's not going to make any sense, but if you ask what's so cool about First Mondays, it's just a really big flea market. It's the biggest flea market in the world, and it's not a year-round thing. It's not even for the whole summer. It just pops up one weekend a month, the weekend before whatever the first Monday is. And I don't know how to describe it other than if Amazon.com threw up and it took up about 100 acres, maybe 120 acres or so of land, that's what First Mondays would be. But I'm glad to be on. This is actually a pretty cool day for me, too, because I get to be on the USA Radio Network from 2 to 5 Central Time, and then my normal show, the financial show I do with Gregory Winning It Live with Gregory Ricks, we're on at 7, and then I'm on a little TV station here in New Orleans at 10 and 11 tonight. So I'm a busy man, but let's get right into the news here. I feel like I'm just walking into a conversation that y'all have been having all week. So if you feel like I'm retreading some of this ground, I very well may be, but just humor me for a second. Because the news cycle is still dominated by the ongoing feud between your president, Donald Trump, and the Squad. And it's unfortunate that these people get such cool nicknames, the Squad. You know, because that's sort of been like a social media type vernacular where people talk about their friends and they call it the Squad, or they do hashtag squad goals. If you and all your friends are doing something cool, or you see in a group of other friends doing something cool and you wish you and your friends were like that. So Squad, the vernacular, is picked up in an especially millennial target. And so they don't get an old stodgy name. They get a young, hip, cool name. Right? It's not exactly fair, is it? And then you got Donald Trump, this 70-something guy who's not going to out-cool them. And he's never going to get, a positive light or the benefit of the doubt from the overwhelming majority of the media outlets that are reporting on this. But if you watch the TV and you look online, you get a stark picture of reality that isn't the same thing as when you're walking down the street, talking to your coworkers, talking to your friends. When Trump had his little rally a couple days ago, he mentioned the Squad. And the thing that is kind of kept this feud going from last weekend through now is they started chanting, "Send her back." And so this has been condemned as, hey, just another racist thing, and this is the most racist president ever, and if you support anything this president does, then you yourself are a racist. You're basically Hitler, literally Hitler is what you are. But the question for me is, send her back. Send her, is that really, what race are you talking about? What race is he bringing up? Tell me, where in any of that did he mention race? He doesn't. He doesn't bring it up. So is it really racist if he's not talking about a race? No. Is it really misogynist if he's not talking about just women? And how come it's never turned around? How come it's like, well, look, Nancy Pelosi is criticizing these 4 women of color. All right, well, why don't y'all have any white chicks on your team then? How come there's not one white chick in the Squad? Is because you're just spewing white hate so much it can't really fit in? How come it's never turned around on them? Where's one white face in your group? It's 70% of the population. Y'all don't have one in your Squad. But that aside, they're doing the same thing to Trump now. Oh, look at him criticizing these women of color. Look, telling people if you don't like it, go to some of these other countries, go to a third world hellhole, go back to where your lineage began, or at least where it preceded your introduction into this society. Go back. Go fix it. Come back and tell us how you did it, you genius. But I remember us saying that to Piers Morgan when he was in on this whole gun debate thing. And he was talking about, boy, I can't believe you people love your guns more than you love your children. I remember quite a few of my fellow Americans saying, why don't you just go back? If it's so horrible, if the streets of America are just flowing with blood and bullets are flying everywhere and it's so damn unsafe and we're so crazy, why are you still here? See, so it's not a race thing and it's not a sex thing. We say the same thing to anybody who is outside of our sphere, who comes into our sphere and criticizes it. Whether they're Justin Bieber from Canada, Piers Morgan from the UK, or Ilhan Omar from what is maybe the worst place on earth, Somalia. I mean, they're in a race to the bottom with Haiti. But look, that is such a common vernacular that if you took it even on a micro level, it would make sense and it wouldn't be racist or misogynist. If someone came in, let's just say, just for the sake of argument here, you're in Texas, and someone comes down from New York City, and they start talking about what a bunch of backward, hayseed, sorry little... New York City! Yeah, they're just the typical Yankee. Where would you say? Well, why are you here? Go back to where you came from. And it had nothing to do with the guy's race or his gender, right? What if you took it at the smaller level? Let's say you were already in Texas and you're in Dallas, and this guy comes up from Austin, and he's like, oh, geez, y'all don't even recycle up here. And we have all these green spaces, and we have the public bikes, and people ride bike lanes, and we have a bike system, and on bikes. What would we say after a couple days of that? You know what? If Austin is so great, what are you doing here? Why don't you go back to where you came from? If it's so damn bad here, why don't you go back to where you came from? You could even take it on a much smaller level than that. Let's just say you're in Dallas and someone from Plano comes down and they're like, oh my God, parking's so bad and traffic's so bad and y'all don't have any good parks and everything's so on top of each other. Why don't you go back to where you came from then? If Dallas is so bad, what do you do? Go up to Plano where you have all the parking in the world. See, it fits everywhere. I mean, it could even be down to if I'm at there's a park kind of at the end of my street. And if I was at that park and someone came over and they were like, oh, man, Lakeview sucks. Lakeview's awful. Gentilly has much bigger parks than this. And this Lakeview Park is tiny and the playground's not even big compared to the one we have in Gentilly. Well, go back to Gentilly then. What are you doing over here? It's the most, I don't want to say common, but common sense reaction to someone from outside of your sphere coming into your sphere and griping about it with every chance you have to leave. I mean, really, we had Beto O'Rourke, what was it, last week, saying every single institution in this country has been founded and based on racism and white supremacy. Jeez, it's a hellhole of an image you're placing there. What are you still doing here? If we really are just racists and bigots and sexists and homophobes and transphobes and Islamophobes, and economically speaking, we love to make the rich richer and the poor poorer. In fact, we just like to take the bottom people in grinding poverty and just put them under our boot heels and grind them into the dirt. I mean, that's what they describe about America. And then, God forbid, if you happen to cross the international border, we're going to separate children from their families and put them all in concentration camps and giggle while they die of communicable diseases and light our cigars with a $100 bill. I don't know what this caricature y'all been painting of America is my entire life, but it ain't a good one. And then they say, oh, how dare you question my patriotism. Yeah, I think it is okay to question your love of something that you're calling racist, sexist, homophobe, literally Nazi, literally Hitler. Gee, I think you might not be madly in love with the American people when you spend the other 364 days a year calling us literally Hitler. Phil, how much time do I have in this segment? All right, good. We're going to get back to that. I've got the audio clips to tell the story a little better. So hopefully you'll stick around for that. But if not, you can come back. The Wells Report is on Facebook, and we do the Facebook live feed. And really, the second this show is over, it re-racks. And you can go to the Facebook live feed and come catch up to whatever you missed. But that's such a great resource, the Facebook. I actually have turned to using that. It sort of has substituted for an actual podcast. All right, so we're about to take a break. When we get back, we're going to do the monologue. But I want to start with some fun stuff. Can we just, I went right into heavy, and so you know where the thrust of the show is going to go once we really get this ball rolling. But this was hilarious. In Newcastle under Lyne, it's a borough in the UK. The city council had an art project, and it was well intended. £74,000 is what the city government set aside for a beautiful mural. And it's actually really well done. It's some sort of walkway under a highway, so the pedestrian path, instead of just being bare concrete, it has a very colorful, with a good message too. It's an anti-littering campaign, and so there's like this overturned bottle, which, it could be a pill bottle, can't really tell. But going into the overturned bottle is a rat, and he's digging in there. And then there's a rabbit waiting behind him. I guess he's waiting to get his turn. But then there's a pigeon that's standing behind the rabbit, and this is unfortunate because the pigeon is on its back 2 legs, and instead of having its wings tucked neatly where how a regular pigeon stands, the pigeon kind of has his wings forward, and he looks like he's holding on to the hind end of the rabbit, which makes it look like he's doing the rabbit doggy style. And it really is a shame because it's a beautiful anti-litter message. It's actually a wonderful piece of art. Whoever painted this, incredibly skilled and far better at art than I will ever be. But now, once someone pointed it out, it looks like there's a pigeon having sex with a rabbit on here. That's all you can see. So if you want to have a good laugh, go online and look up the pigeon rabbit mural. And it's so unfortunate though, because the whole series is just fantastic. Man, I really like what they do here. And I like it when cities commission murals. If we're going to have people that are willing to graffiti these places, maybe we should put an actual painting there and discourage it. Maybe they only do the graffiti in absence of a real painting. But it's just a hilarious picture, and it really stinks that they spent £74,000. I guess that's about, $90,000 in taxpayer money just got flushed down the toilet. Problem is this walkway that goes under the highway, it goes from there's a little sunken park, and then under the street is a sunken garden. So it's really an attraction for kids, and families are going there constantly. And in the couple of pictures they have here online, I got this from, believe it or not, AOL.com. I didn't even know that still existed. But there's kids all around this thing. They're walking in and out of the tunnel. It looks like there's about, how tall, a 12-foot-tall pigeon that's doing it with about a 8-foot-tall rabbit. All right, we'll do the monologue next, and then we're going to get into this. Do they really hate America? Does the squad really hate America? And I don't want to say do Democrats, because, they're a hodgepodge of people. I'm sure some do and some don't. But if you are that Bernie Sanders crowd, if you're not a moderate Democrat, if you're on the far left, if you're in the squad of the Venn diagram of political affiliation, do you hate America? I think you wouldn't necessarily have to. If you're a socialist, God, you must really hate America. With all this freedom and these guns and these individual rights. I'm James Parker, filling in for John David Wells. It's the Wells Report, 844-RADIO-US, 844-723-4687.
Balance of Nature, changing the world one life at a time.
When I wasn't taking it and I was waiting for my operation, I was feeling very tired. Now I'm driving like 11, 12 hours a day. I told you I manage 15 gas stations. And I have so much energy. I even gave some of my pills for my son, and he said, Dad, this is good, so I like it. I'm healing so fast. It's like amazing. My family is so surprised because my wound closing up and doing so good. So that is working now that I'm start taking those fruits and vegetables.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. For a limited time, you can receive a 30% discount and free shipping on your first preferred order of Balance of Nature. Call 800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code USA.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS and you cannot afford to make payments to the IRS, you may qualify for the CNC tax program. This is a new program, and if you qualify, you won't make any payments to the IRS while in this program. Once you're accepted into this program, the IRS is forced to stop all harassing collection activities. No threatening phone calls, no wage garnishments, no bank levies, and no more monthly payments to the IRS. Get ready to write this number down. It's the most important number you'll ever need to end your IRS tax nightmare. Call Paramount Tax Relief at 800-547-4804 for a free confidential consultation to find out if you qualify for the CNC tax program. Once you are accepted into the CNC tax program, you won't make any payments to the IRS while in this program. Call Paramount Tax Relief now at 800-547-4804. That's 800-547-4804. Again, 800-547-4804.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from television host and three-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we are about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-985-1813 now, and you'll receive a free copy of Josh Melberg's book, Next Gen Annuity Strategies Revealed. As a bonus, we'll also send you a copy of The #1 Mistakes Retirees Are Making with Their Investments Today, and a free DVD on how you can get up to 33% more income in retirement. Call 800-985-1813 now. Again, that's 800-985-1813. Employees of J.D. Melberg Financial have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer.
Dish TV is better than cable TV. Why? Because you can save 45% on packages compared to your high-priced cable bill. Wow. Take those giant scissors out and cut the cable and save with Dish TV. Plus, you get a free DVR upgrade to record your favorite shows and free installation. And with Dish Anywhere, you can watch TV for free on your mobile device. Act fast. You can save hundreds of dollars. Does your cable company do that for you? I don't think so. Get all the best TV programming at your fingertips at a fraction of the price of cable TV. So say adios, arrivederci, goodbye to the high cable bill and save up to 45% on Dish TV packages today. These are limited time offers and can change at any time. Call fast. 800-610-5739. 800-610-5739. 800-610-5739. That's 800-610-5739. 5739.
Hey there, how you doing? This is the Wells Report with John David Wells on the USA Radio Network, 844 Radio US, 844-723-4687 if you want to be a part of the conversation. Really, I don't like to do questions of the day, but sort of the topic of the day is, do they hate America? I mean, they come out and they say, how dare you question our patriotism? Well, look, you kind of run us down constantly. I mean, the things you say about America kind of lend me to believe you don't really like America. I thought it was obvious you didn't like America. I don't even know how you can pretend like you love it. We're racist, sexist, bigot, homophobe. You know, we're the greatest offenders of human rights on earth. Anyway, we'll go through the audio, pro and con, and I'd like to hear from you. 844 Radio US, 844-723-4687. But right now, I want to start off by telling some jokes. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. It's the Monologue on the James Show. I am your host, James Parker. How you doing? Thank you. CNN is under fire for interviewing a white supremacist, Richard Spencer, and in doing so, the network allowed the bigot to share his horrible racist opinion with literally dozens of viewers. Beto O'Rourke continues to struggle in the polls. To give you an idea of how bad his campaign's doing, his new slogan is, "No, I haven't dropped out yet." And if Joe Biden were to win the election, he would be the oldest entering U.S. president at age 74. But that's no big deal because he has the mentality of a 12-year-old. That's what my wife says about me. In Kiev, Ukraine, a burglar broke into a pharmacy and made off with hundreds of dollars of Viagra. Police believe the thief is actually a hardened criminal. It wasn't that bad. Shut up. Walt Disney. The heiress to the Walt Disney Company, Abigail Disney, was furious after going undercover to Disneyland to investigate working conditions. And she also said Goofy and Pluto are treated like dogs. Pita Pal Food of Houston is having a recall of its hummus due to possible listeria contamination. Health officials say if you've been eating hummus and you're experiencing excessive flatulence, don't worry, that part's normal. That's... Oh, you like hummus jokes, huh? A biopic of Elvis Presley is in the works. Austin Butler is going to play the younger, slender Elvis, and the old, bloated Elvis will be played by Rosie O'Donnell. Good to see her getting some work. In West Virginia, drug abusers are getting high on wasp spray now. They say it's already killed 3 people and a whole bunch of wasps, too. I'm surprised you didn't do that one. Shut up. In Waco, a man is facing drug possession charges after doctors treated his gunshot wound and managed to find 8 grams of meth hidden in his rectum. I think he might be literally speeding his ass off, right? Washington State has legalized medical marijuana now in public schools. And I don't think the kids can smoke medical marijuana on the playground, though, because I think that makes it recreational marijuana, kind of. Shut up. And it was 50 years ago tomorrow that American astronauts landed on the moon. At least that's what the government wants you to think. And according to a new study, 30% of Mexicans are obese. The other 70% still in Mexico. Thank you very much for hanging out. We're going to go through some audio clips next and just try and pare down who's right, who's wrong in Trump versus the Squad. And if you want to jump in, I guess the question is, do they hate America? If you're one of the Squad type people, don't you necessarily hate America? 844-723-4687. I'm not going to beat you up if you do. I'm sure you have reasons. They're all welcome on the show. 844-RADIO-US. 844-723-4687. I'm James Parker, in for John David Wells. This is the Wells Report on the USA Radio Network.
I used to wonder when I saw people going into nice hotels, really nice hotels, taking a pillow with them. That was before I got a MyPillow, because I know it doesn't matter where I'm going. Whether I'm going to a 1-star, 3-star, 5-star hotel, MyPillow goes with me. Whether it's just overnight or whether it's on vacation. And here's the great deal about MyPillow right now. The lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. 2 MyPillow premium pillows for $69.98. That's only $34.99 per pillow. The lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. And it's still the same pillow. Great pillow, 60-day money-back guarantee, 10-year warranty. And call them. 1-800-951-8175, or go to MyPillow.com, use promo code USA, click on the 2-pack special, and get the best deal you've ever gotten on a good night's sleep when you get a MyPillow.